القول قول الصوارم كي تسترد المظالم حتى
I am in delusion right now. Honestly, after watching arguably one of the best quarterfinal draws in the Champions League history, honestly, I am nothing to say because this was yesterday's game in particular. It was one of the best games of the season because you had two of the greatest European teams in front of each other, and now you had their little compassionate thing about both of the teams that one of them are gonna win, obviously. But I personally, I was with Real Madrid that yeah, maybe Real Madrid will go through because I knew in my high mind I knew that Bayern will go through, but I still expected yeah Real Madrid may they in the Champions League they're a different team. And obviously, let's first talk about Barcelona and Atletico Madrid because this was the first, draw bit in the quarterfinals. Now, going into the game, you always thought Barcelona is gonna go on YouTube and search Barcelona versus Atletico predictions. I'll bet you that out of 100, there may be one or two who predicted Atletico to go through, and these are football experts. Nobody expected them to go through. They defeated Barcelona 6 times. They defeated Barcelona in Camp Nou after I don't know 10 or 12 seasons, and still people were questioning Atletico Madrid. I don't know why, honestly, but Atletico Madrid were such so good against Barcelona because they knew Barcelona's tactics. They knew what Hansi Flick was gonna do. And we talk about Diego Simeone's haram ball. We say that now it's boring to see Atletico Madrid play with Diego Simeone. He has been doing for 10 seasons. I think if Diego Simeone leaves Atletico will get relegated. That's why they are afraid to sack him in the first place. So Diego Simeone has built Atletico Madrid like from the absolute ruins. I really think that. And talking about Atletico Madrid now, when they defeated Barcelona, it was not unreal because I expected it to happen. I did because I think that you have no Rafinha, right? You have no Balde. I think Balde would have been a very good player in front of Gerard, Martin. What I'm talking about here is that Atletico Madrid was a better team than Barcelona going into the first leg. They won 2-0. 2-0. Alvarez's free kick. Julian Alvarez is the best free kick player in the world right now. He's better than Messi at free kicks right now. Right now, okay? Don't abuse me in the comments. He is a better free kick taker than Lionel Messi. He is a better ball controller than arguably, I don't know, Phil Foden or someone. But then there is Ademola Lookman. Then there is Antoine Griezmann. And then there is Sorlo. Then there is that legend of Atletico Madrid, Koke. All those players, they were so good. So good in the first leg. Barcelona was nowhere near. They missed a lot of chances. Rashford scored. That was offside. They were nowhere near. I don't think they put up a huge amount of fight. Go check out the stats. It was not close as you expected it to be. Atletico didn't deserve to win. They did. They did more than they had to do. Maybe they would have scored more. I think Garcia's, actually saved their ass. They were going to the second leg, remontada, and that trend. What the hell was that trend with that? Specs and earphone. I don't know what the hell that was. Every Barca fan had it on their DP and their posts. I was so scared for Barcelona fans because I thought all they're risking all their aura because they could be absolutely jinxed. So Lamine Yamal, he put up LeBron James TP where he did something comeback. I don't watch basketball where he did some comeback in the second leg of some basketball game. He put that as his TP, and again he was risking all his aura. All the Barca fans, they thought we are gonna do it. They defeated I think Girona or some team in La Liga, and then there were chants, yes we can. I knew that if they lose, they're gonna get told badly. So please don't speak like Real Madrid didn't. You shouldn't also speak before the match happens. They did, and they get battered in the second leg. They Lamine Yamal scores too. I won't say battered. Battered is not a word you should use for that game, but Lamine Yamal scored. Then Fermin scored, but then Lookman scored. In the second leg, I talk about the second leg. Antoine Griezmann was the best player on the pitch. He was looking like 2022, 2018 Griezmann. Wow, what a player. He wasn't losing the ball. He was he was pinging all the passes perfect. He misplaced one pass. That's how I remember. He misplaced only one pass. Go check out the stats. He was so good. So good in the game. Lookman was so good. I think Julian Alvarez wasn't the best in the second leg, but he still was very, very effective in the second leg. Fresco more. But then the starting lineup of
There are a lot of questions asked about the starting line of Barcelona, where Fermin Lopez was there, and then there was Ferran Torres. Obviously, you didn't have Rafinha. You didn't have any choice. You wouldn't go with Victor. Then there was Lamine Yamal, and then obviously midfield you have Pedri, Frankie De Jong, and all those players. But there were some Barca fans I thought on Twitter they were questioning why didn't you start Lewandowski? He's such experienced player. He has scored third most Champions League goals. Why didn't start him? I think I got a reason for that.
Then for that is that you have Diego Simeone. You can't play a proper number 9 in front of him, and you know that they're gonna defend low block. So you need a player who is dynamic and who can drop deep and allow the wingers to go forward, not leaving space behind. Lewandowski can't do that because he isn't that fast. They had a lot of good defenders. They had Ruggieri, then they had all those defenders who were really fast. So you didn't expect Lewandowski to run them. So that's why I think Ferran Torres started and he played good. He played better than his standards. He's a bad player. Honestly, he's a bad player. But yesterday he played good. And I don't know. Honestly, another debate was why was he subbed off in 62nd minute when he played so good. And he's been kept there for 90 minutes and he plays like shit. But he's been subbed off at 62nd minute when he's playing so good. That was another question for Barca. But now it's gone. It's dead and dusted. You're out of the Champions League. Maybe you will win the league. Yeah, maybe not. You will win the league and you will win it in Camp Nou in front of Real Madrid, arguably one of the greatest moments. But you won't win the Champions League, and your fans will be waiting next season again for them to winning the Champions League after 10 or 12 seasons. God knows how many. And the second game was Real Madrid versus Bayern. Arguably, this was the best game of the Champions League so far because I think it was a game which was in the first leg, but a dilemma because I thought that Real Madrid if they get a draw in the first leg, it'll be good for them. And they did do well. I think 2-1 was a good scoreline for them in the first leg. Now we were going to the second leg, and now you had to think about the players that you're gonna face. You have to face Olise. Now it's Allianz Arena. It was not gonna be easy. Now, first minute Arda Güler scores. I was like, yeah, 2-2. Now it's gonna be an open game. It's gonna be open game. There will be no low block defending or anything. But then another from Arda Güler free kick. I was like, whoa. Header from Pavlovic. I was like, yeah, because I didn't expect them to score that much. I was like, yeah, maybe there'll be a 2-2 score line. Maybe Renner then will go on low block. When if they get a 1 goal, advantage, they will go low block. But they didn't. They were like, we will play the best football of life. It was 4-4. Then Luis Diaz scored, and then Olise scored, and they were out like that, out of the Champions League. And another season, they were out of the quarterfinals now. So what a game for Bayern Munich, and now you got Bayern and PSG in the semifinal. What a game it's gonna be! I'm so excited for this game. This is the best game. This is the best game. There is nothing better than PSG versus Bayern Munich. They defeated PSG, but I think this PSG is different. You got informed Dembele, informed Doué, informed Kvaratskhelia, informed Johanovic, informed Zaire Emery. Every player is in form. So I think it's gonna be the best game of the season, and I'll be waiting for this game. My prediction: PSG is gonna win the both legs because I think PSG is gonna be. I'll put up a preview video after some days, but this was the game. Bayern versus Real Madrid was a very good game, and now Real Madrid fans, I'm really sorry for you because you're winning nothing. You're winning shit this season. Nothing. What? No trophies. No silverware for 2 seasons straight. That's a disgrace. No Copa del Rey. No Super Cup. No La Liga. No nothing. And for a club with the stature of Real Madrid, you bought in Alexander Arnold, and you got in Dean Hudson. You expected something blasting this season. You didn't win shit again. Now people will say that RBLO job is in danger. I think maybe it is in danger because Carlo Ancelotti did so good. He was sacked. I think Xabi Alonso also didn't do that bad of a job, but he was sacked. And Albiola is on the verge of getting sacked. If he loses the El Clasico, he will get sacked. That's my prediction. I think he will get sacked the second day. So it's a bad day for Real Madrid and bad day for all the La Liga fans because there is Barca and Real Madrid, two biggest clubs. They are both thrashed by one by Bayern, one by a German, and one by a French club.